Duct taped to her seat after trying to open plane door mid-flight.
That's crazy. Oh,
Hey guys,
what's up?
what's wrong?
I'm trying to work on my force powers, and they're just not bringing me my beer.
I watched the end of the Return of the Jedi.
Thought you were gonna say you finally figured out what we were talking about with the foundling.
Foundling?
Joking, Rob.
What foundling?
What everybody thought was Baby Yoda is a foundling.
Oh, I haven't seen that show yet. They don't. I don't have Disney Plus. If people want to start a GoFundMe for letting Rob have Disney Plus,
Listen, I told you the fridge on the deck is full. You can come over and watch Disney Plus anytime.
Oh, but there's way too much. See, my problem with getting Disney Plus is the fact that I've got so much stuff on my DVR. I've got to catch up before I can allow myself to get Disney Plus.
What? I mean,
And Disney Plus doesn't get you Black Widow, so
how about a?
Well, I've already seen Black
you have
Widow.
to go premium.
How
I've already
about
seen
a
Black Widow.
Boba
Keep
Fett
bragging.
outfit for your baby for Halloween, and it's Baby Fett?
I don't have a baby.
But if you had one,
Then I'd be in trouble. So for my palate cleanser tonight, I'm drinking the raspberry white ale from what are these guys called? Sugar Creek. They're a North Carolina brewery. How about you guys? What you drinking?
I'm drinking the Gaffel Radler.
How is that?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on it. Give me.
I had a pre-gamer going. That was pretty
Oh,
nice.
smells like a Radler.
The dream is over. It was
Little
pre-game.
new anthem.
Yeah, that was the pre-game.
Now is that the dream is over? That's from the Pink Floyd song. Is that the line from
I'm
the Pink
thinking
Floyd song?
it's more 80s.
Oh, yeah?
Hey now. Hey now.
Oh, the dream is up. Yeah,
the
okay.
dream is over. Right?
Yeah.
You get it, guys?
Yeah,
But
maybe.
on tonight's show, my palate cleanser is going to be the Waterway IPA India Pale Ale. So we had a rough go with Wrightsville Beach last week. We're just going to give them a fresh look
Hey,
with a fresh beer.
I'm all for it.
Distributor dropped this off and said this one shows up especially nice. On the label, it's labeled as 6.8. He said this thing could be as high as 7.1, just saying.
Okay, cool. So how that Rattler?
It's pretty good. It's
Pretty
a
good?
solid Radler.
Oh,
So-
that's beer. That's positive.
Not a big metal tinny fan this time on this one, huh?
No, this
Rin
is
Tin Tin.
beer. This is good stuff.
Cool. Well, and that's the Wrightsville Beach Bridge there going up on the label.
Decent malt backbone. I think he's for real about that.
Yeah, the Wrightsville Beach
7
Bridge
point
going up. That's always a fun one.
Well, yeah.
It does have just this kind of like, you know, when you just like the water of a beer versus sometimes you just think, oh man, that's kind of funky. This is just real like, kind of like clean tasting with
So
a
they
nice
didn't
malt.
they did not use Cape Fear River water.
They might have gone outside H2Go on this. I don't know. You know, it'd
It
be neat with these
would
coastal
be-
breweries. Who's going to start just doing RO water?
It would be cool if they could isolate like a Gen X heavy beer and brew it, and then put Kurt Cobain on the label.
I just think so.
So
An independent
with,
RO
with
system
with that
for an independent brewery.
with that bad dark comment from Nick or from Josh. I'm sorry, Nick. We just have to move on because we got to put that behind us.
I see a darkness.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean, we may not talk about it, but I still do clearly
I just
remember a
realized
news
I'm
article
still wearing
about-
my work hat. This is fun.
I remember.
You guys remember me, Tom Cruise, Cutters?
Somebody yesterday came in and asked if you were actually learning how to not yesterday but Saturday if you
To
were
weld?
actually learning how to weld or
Yeah.
if you were or why you were wearing that hat.
Yeah, and the answer was yeah. I am learning how to weld. And my brother's really the one spearheading the project, but we have converted our workshop in the garage. You no longer park in there. You project. You're grinding, welding, resurfacing.
I hope you've got a lot of
Cutting.
fire retardant stuff on the walls in that garage.
Well, first thing we did was hang a fire extinguisher like immediately accessible in the middle of the thing. But
Yeah.
there's we have metal up in some areas, and then we were even talking about somebody was talking about fire blankets. Looking at you here, Red. So
Yeah, that would be my recommendation. Get some fire blankets or something because you got to have something against those studs. So anyway, what are we drinking now tonight?
who's first up?
I know one of them just because I was going to pick it as my palate cleanser, and That's pretty light, so I don't know if there's anything lighter
I think
than
we
that in
should
there.
probably go with yours before mine. You think so?
I just want, Rob. Where's the sound effect on that? Where's the applause? Just hit one and see what happens. Yeah, just if the band keeps playing. Oh, that's the band. Just gonna make the band. It's gonna be the band. Well, you guys let us know.
It won't stop blinking.
That's because you made it. That's fine. If it stops blinking,
It stopped playing.
I think so.
You think?
Yeah. Well,
We don't
who's
know for sure.
Who's tuning in tonight?
We're just gonna be playing whatever our intro is. It's just
Honestly,
gonna
I haven't even checked to see if we're live yet.
Product fail.
Oh, look. There we are. Honestly, I haven't even checked to see if we're live
We are live.
yet. We are live.
I guess we are live.
We are live.
Well,
However, nobody else is live with. Oh, wait a minute. DD Flowers is watching. We might be just too early for some people because we're not normally on time.
Oh my God, we are on
well,
time.
I did
aren't
get
we?
out of work incredibly conveniently.
I mean, we weren't technically on time. We were still like 5 minutes late.
5 minutes
but,
late is on time for us.
I got out of work early enough to say that's not totally my fault.
Christopher Bailey says we're coming in loud and clear.
Hey, what's up, man?
Christopher Bailey, nice. We just had sorry about that again, Chris.
Uh-oh, what happened? What happened?
Nothing. It was all incidental.
Just a long ticket time.
I just got off early enough to say that's not totally my fault. That's
Uh-oh.
all. We're just circling back.
All right,
Anyways,
I'm apologizing to Christopher. I will find out what happened and flog the appropriate people. He is doing a bunch of smiley face emojis, so,
Yes.
so I'm hoping he's
don't
okay.
worry. Chris is already familiar with your management tactics. The floggings will continue as morale improves.
That's right.
Anyways,
as morale improves.
Well, that's because we've got some strange and sadistic people working for us.
it's how you motivate a group.
Travis Sidbury, that's a name and face I hadn't heard and seen from in a long time.
One of those things where it's like you're smiling, but I don't know if I
So,
like the way.
I don't know
you're
if anybody notices that the IPA drinker just poured a purple beverage.
So we got this in last week, and this has quickly become one of my favorite drinks.
I wanted to try it before it was gone, and I figured what better place than on the show.
I will. It is another one of those.
The label, everything is intriguing about this.
Yeah, this is going to be one that I will probably see about getting in as long as it's available. This is one of
This
their
is
limited release runs.
B-Nectar, and give them the name so I don't screw it up.
This is the B-Nectar Blackberry Mint Mead.
Yeah, so Nick picked a mead this time.
which coincidentally has blackberries and mint in it.
Yeah,
Straightforward on the naming.
I really, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of things I like about this.
Nick doesn't have the opportunity to screw it up too much. Chris Candler just sent me a Facebook message.
What's up, neighbor?
Apparently, he's not aware that we are on live right now because he is sitting at the Edison in Disney Springs for his daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I got some drinks from Chef Art Smith's Homecoming Shine Bar. That's a must try. He's got a bottle of Weinstefaner,
Oh, beautiful.
and
Nice.
it looks like he's got a really nice view of the stage.
Oh,
That
ooh, I
sounds
wonder who's
awesome.
about to play. Yeah.
So, hey, Chris, I know you can't hear us, but, yeah, I'll send you a message later. And
And like I said, good to see you, neighbor. Man, I'm just excited to be able to be the guy who's be the first beer to open. You know, this is really cool.
That's
yeah, this is definitely got a
This- oh
reddish
my God.
color.
This
but
reminds
the
me.
clarity on it is like
I
really,
used to make
it-
hard
it's-
candies at Christmas with old molasses.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bergbaum would have us do this, and you'd let them harden and you'd snip them with these
Oh, yeah.
scissors.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the flavors she would do would be mint, but she would always do the mint after the raspberry. And like the smell that came out of that kitchen in that 20 minutes, that's it. And then in between, she would do it. She called it ginger crack. We loved it. And she would do ginger in between them all, and oh my God! But I'm like, I'm
Sounds like she
reminiscing.
definitely knew her stuff about making candy, though, because that's like actually the way you want to go
Snap
about
candy, is that what you call that?
it. Yeah, I mean it's cool stuff. I love the nose.
Yeah,
Kind of food coloring,
the
but the
mint
flavors
on the
were
nose, it's just refreshing.
It smells cool.
Yeah,
And
I
like-
just,
Oh
I
my
just can't
God.
think of any other word that comes to mind other than refreshing.
It is very refreshing. It if you like mint juleps, you're gonna like this. I can just hands down say that right away, pretty much. Also, just
Blackberry
like,
mojito.
if you're like a cider drinker who's looking for a different flavor, yeah, blackberry mojito kind of thing. Mojito, definitely, they're gonna like this. You like cider, you give this a shot. If you're looking for a new mead, just definitely give this a shot.
Yeah, the mint comes through on the palate
So cool how
with
it does.
with the blackberry right there on the back end.
And it's not like overwhelming mint. It's kind of like the pleasant, like peppermint tea.
That's
mint
right.
aspect. You know?
Exactly. It's refreshing the whole way through. I mean, it just it's not.
Mint has a really cool vibe, like adding that freshness to something. And we've gotten into some deep discussions
Big
about
can.
kitchen herbs and cooking herbs and just sort of the whole idea of the relevancy. We saw someone drink the long thaw today. Just a little foreshadowing I'm throwing out there too. And that has one of your kitchen herbs, dill, in it. So, we're starting to see this. We had a sage.
Oh, you said foreshadowing. I know what the next beer is, which is really cool, by the way. But I had no clue until Nick just said that.
Oh, sneaky,
That's
sneaky.
good.
But-
Well, we got one listener tonight.
He's in the room.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Never hurts when the boss is listening, I'll tell you what. This is
Man.
just really fun. I like sharing this with friends. It's got that light, like summery feel. Yeah, I wouldn't relegate just to summer, but we'll see. It said limited. We'll see what their feel is.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this will not be around long.
That's too bad because I wouldn't mind this come back around holiday
Yeah,
turn too.
yeah.
It's a big, nice one to skip in there.
My only problem with it.
Maybe they're gonna do something with mint and cinnamon or something.
My only problem is that I
Get
can
deep.
crush this way too quick.
Yeah. Well,
cinnamon.
we've had some ciders and some meads really lately that are very crushable.
But
I mean, cider boys, you just can't.
But the 12-ounce serving with the spritz and the balance on alcohol percentage, I think they know that it's crushable, and so it's like it's well served.
Well, this is the second session mead.
Yeah, Sunrise
B-Nectar
Bay or what?
released
Yeah,
this year because you had Sunrise Bay in this one.
Yeah, this is 4.5%,
I think it's
4%.
which is Sunrise Bay. So I mean, if
Yeah.
this is gonna be like a constant trend throughout the year, I'm really excited. 'Cause
Yeah,
I like these session meads.
And Sunrise Bay is back in stock too, so maybe this will last a while.
session meads,
Yeah.
and we had a decent session mead from Noble too, and I'd like to see that back.
Yeah.
But
we were waiting for that to get
It's
canned
a
up.
cool category. People were in our bottle room today who I know them to be fans of Lola, and I know it's not there, and that's why I followed them in. And they were like, bragging about, looking at the De Lunes, and I showed them the Contre. But I was like, do you ladies drink meat? Because there's a whole world here that you would love to know about that you may not be
Yeah.
aware of.
And yeah, you don't want to jump in top end at the beginning, but once
Session meads are very available. If this is a new category to you, I just feel like it's a great way to
Yeah.
get in and try flavors.
Especially like because when you like jump into mead and it's like 16 to 19% alcohol, it can be a little bit intimidating.
I can't see you now. That might not be a bad thing.
Don't worry, Rob.
I mean,
They
I
can.
can see if I look at the camera, but that might not be a bad thing. Why don't we just hide you back behind that?
We can keep the fourth wall.
Oh man, no, I really. Enjoy
I'm finished with mine. It was good. I dig it.
it makes
I
my
dig it
tummy
too.
feel good.
Yeah,
too,
it
'cause
does.
of the mint.
I mean, the mint.
Had a decent belch, but it could be that it just sort of chased the beer away, and the mint made my belly feel
yeah,
good.
and you brought something up as far as make your tummy feel good. I mean, mint, honey,
Yeah,
blackberry,
these
water.
are
I mean,
soothing.
I'm betting there's not a whole lot in here that.
I think you just named half the ingredients to one of the Ricolas.
Ricola.
Ricola Blackberry.
Was that the right little jingle for that?
Yeah, with the guys with the giant horns. in
Yeah, so the only
Alpine
thing
Valley
the only thing that's not
and Lederhosen.
honey, mint, blackberry
Yeast.
is
Water.
is listed. It's just a chemical to prevent re-fermentation.
Potassium metabisulfite.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you.
So
Yeah, I got a jar of that at the
Temple
house.
alone won't stop mead.
Oh no, it's well with wine and yeast, like or wine and mead and stuff like that, with like the different strain, like specific strains of yeast that you use for that.
Yeah.
To stop fermentation because there's still like residual sugars. You get it where you want, and then you add a little bit of potassium metabisulfite, and it will kill the yeast.
they have
And, like,
potassium sorbate as well.
Yeah, sorbate is like a kind of a preservative, but I mean it's not anything dangerous or. I mean, it's literally in everything we eat and drink.
Yeah, well, I think if you're leaving any residuals with the fruit and the honey, you kind of got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they didn't,
it'd be
put the
reactive
potassium
with oxygen.
metabisulfite, it
Even
would
if-
just ferment all the sweetness out. So if you want to reserve some of the sweetness, you would effectively kill the fermentation. Because
With
heat's not the most reliable way, because there's still beer.
with beer, we use temp to do this oftentimes. But
yeah. But I mean, they could use
I've noticed that they've used it in the canning process. They'll put a tab in just so that
once you get to like the industrial level of production, like there are different chemicals that all do the same thing.
Yeah.
None of them are bad. They're all naturally occurring. They just kill the yeast. They cap it off.
yeah,
I mean,
and
because
so
if they don't, once they can it, your cans will explode on the shelf
Sure.
like we've had before.
I think the key here is though that we're reaching a peak flavor or a desired flavor, desired level of fermentation, residual sugar. And then we're just chemically just arresting it right there, and it's something that's not going to introduce flavor. It's really not anything that's harmful to us as drinking and consuming. So it sounds perfect. I mean, why not?
I mean,
do it
I
that
would
way?
be worried about trying to kill the yeast off with heat on this and cooking out all the flavor.
Yeah. Heat has a negative impact on like the chemical structure of the stuff too. So
But wonderful, great
Yeah.
choice, Nick.
I dug it, man. That's fun. Josh, what'd
So,
you get?
Yeah, why don't we move on to Josh's? This is I won't say it's favorite. I dig it a lot, but it's a really good, interesting.
God, you got your hand in the pickle jar there. Try not to get your pickle juice inside
all right,
my Bach.
if anyone's been through the shop within the past 4 to 5 days, they know how obsessed I am with this beer.
Yep.
I got a picture out there at some point. I think we got it online.
But this is the Netflix and Dill. Dill Pickle Imperial Goes from New Sarum Brewing. Sour ale brewed with coriander, red sea salt, fresh dill, cucumbers, garlic, and dill pickling spices.
So if you like dill pickles,
You like
guess what, guys? It's in this can.
I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely had this, and I know for a fact that I've probably shoved a sample in both of these guys' face.
Yeah, and I didn't mind.
It was right when I got to work today. It was a little sudden, but it had a certain relevancy because I had just finished my sandwich and I still had half a pickle
I
in
noticed
my
that in
lunch
your
bag.
So, needless to say, this could be a good beer to eat a sandwich with at lunch.
Pastrami on rye.
Just saying.
grab an American sub and then start munching on the pickle.
I was kind of generous there. We'll see how this goes.
So, again, New Sarum. They've got the nice little griffin on the side.
I'm starting to really like that beast. We've seen him on some really cool beers. The purple flower power. The Goes with the Gozerian.
Goes the Gazarin was the best
Have
one.
you ever noticed that the pose of it's an awful lot like the Food line?
No, we can't say that.
The Gritty Kitty itself.
Well, it's like a homage to it. It's not exactly like it, but it looks like a homage to the Food line.
This thing does have store cold pressurized symbol, meaning they may not be using.
But Salzburg's also where Food Line's originally from.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is a little joke.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh wow! I just moved my computer. So
With that breath, you breathed out pickle juice and
so
it moved the computer.
this is literally. I mean,
It legitimately just smells like.
the nose on this. Now wait. A minute. I'll even go a step further. This has got the dill pickle, but it's the dill pickle on a corned beef sandwich.
It's got.
I hear
I
you.
can get that like extra like.
Beefiness.
It's like homemade dill pickle.
Yeah.
It's not like store bought. Not Mount Olive. We're not talking Mount Olive kosher dills here. I'm talking like
the
some-
salty. What's the one that up in Wilmington?
this is like my grandmother's been making pickles for years, and like we get a jar every time we go to see her. Kind of.
What's
smell,
those?
you know?
The salty dill or something like that. It's this one up in Wilmington or in the area you can get, and it's
Yeah.
like literally like one pickle chip, and you're like, I'm good.
They have
My
like,
surfer buddies love
They
it.
have like the little pickle chips without the brine that you can buy like in a little snack pack that I used to get all the time when I was on the road.
This smells like I poured a beer in the pickle jar and without cleaning it out.
They food processed a jar full of dill pickles and then poured beer over top of it.
You ran out of clean glassware for your beer, and you just like, well, I got a pickle jar.
I gotta tell
and
you,
didn't get all the pickle
that is
juice
the most
out.
I've ever enjoyed drinking pickle juice.
It literally, to me, is pickle juice with beer in it.
Now I want fried pickles.
I don't mind
Beer
it at
battered
all.
fried pickles is what I want.
It reminds me of micheladas that I get at the Mexican restaurant with that like savory, salty.
Yeah, there is, and I'll admit, there's been a little savory kick going around with all of us here at the office. Like, we've been coming up with coffee combinations that have, like, left people feeling dry, and we're like, no, there's 9 pumps of sugar in there. You just can't taste it, you know?
I don't know that that's a good thing.
But, like, you know, like, a lot of us have been we got weird flavors in, like, lavender on top of our creme de menthe and peppermint and cinnamon.
I want to know why we got lavender back in.
I think, honestly, I'm just throwing it out here. Maybe it's good with the matcha green tea.
No, it's not.
Lavender shouldn't be eaten.
Lavender, they did have a matcha green tea with lavender. And
Do you
nobody
know, there's
liked
only one other place where lavender shows up in our shop. Is our Earl Grey blend actually has
it.
lavender.
Well, nobody liked
I thought
the-
you were gonna say in the Febreze.
Nobody,
the Febreze in the bathroom.
nobody liked when we had the matcha green tea special that had lavender in it.
Actually, I think
Nobody liked it.
Every time the lavender Febreze mix in the bathroom, like one of the guys kicks it out. We're like, this is for some other place.
This is for the office or something.
Yeah, mom's room.
My favorite stuff.
It's a beer with a pickleback. Like, oh boys, oh, that's a hearty one there. Some hearty bucks.
It's got-
guys, I dig it.
It's got a really cool texture to this one too. It is like, it's a 7% Goza, so that Imperial Goza does kick in, but it's got like a viscous texture to it that I really like. It's like creamy.
Its IBUs are delicious.
Oh my god, the puns never end.
I know, right?
Bitterness doesn't even describe it. I mean, it's literally a salted. Hey, who would salted might be?
You know, I have no problems with this. I'm telling you, I like it.
Like a 2 a.m.
It's
text.
it's growing on me. I got past like the am I sipping vinegar to? No, it is beer. It's just very salty and briny. Like,
you text somebody you up,
and the
and then
dill.
send them a picture of this label at like
the
2
dill is
a.m.
there. You up? The new Sarum Griffin is.
I'm digging this.
I like this a lot. I love this.
I want to go get a jar of pickle slices, and do beer battered fried.
If I had
pickles with
known
Rob.
for 100% that I was doing this beer before I came here tonight, I would have brought a jar of pickles.
Yeah, well, no, here's the thing. You don't need the jar of pickles. You could have something else with it.
I just always want
hot
a
sauce,
jar of pickles.
No, I mean, just,
I mean, I could have brought some like pickled
Chips?
okra,
yeah, chips or,
pickled green beans,
fish and chips, and
pickled eggs. That's what I'll bring next week.
corned beef.
Do you color yours with beets, or do you just go with that brown?
I like the color on the pickled eggs because
Well,
no one actually wants to see what the color of a pickled egg is.
Ernie's
Beets is a great way to do it because that sugar, that beet flavor gets in there, and then you have
Ernie.
beets
You
there.
missed the
big
well,
urn.
We're going to be discussing them here in a little bit, but we had some good choices tonight.
Oh yeah, I don't want this beer to go away. But you know, a big pile, like a mound of shaved corn, like corned beef, in the middle of the table right now. And if we had like 2-foot long tongs that could just like pull like chunks of it over to us, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That is saved in my mental bank for. If anybody heard that and wants to design that for us, please.
April Jennings, pickled something.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro, what's going on?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Lisa.
Ooh.
It's definitely more like a the deli pickle flavor.
Yeah.
And like I said, the nose to me, big on the pickle. Plus, I get
It's like
corned beef
Katzinger's
sandwich.
dill pickle,
Yeah.
right out the barrel. Like
I
handpicked.
wish they had released this with one also called "Stop Gherkin Me Around." Or "Stop Gherkin My Chain."
Hey, I'll tell you what though, Nick, you talked about the belches coming up after this one, and it's not like clearing out
Dude,
the
whatever the mint settled in me, this has completely
Yeah, it
just stirred it up. Like, I never understood how people did a pickleback with their whiskey. I honestly never understood.
awesome. It's so good.
So here's the other thing, like they tell you in sports medicine or whatever to drink pickle juice to help with leg cramps and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can we now just have a beer?
yeah.
I'm all for it.
Oh man. Next time I'm here, my leg cramps up. Rob, my leg's cramping. I gotta.
Let me go get a Netflix and deal for you, man.
I guarantee you drink a beer with a leg cramp, one of two things happens, all right? You forget you have a leg cramp, or you go and sit down.
I'm going to turn this sign off for the producer real quick.
Oh, so he can Irish goodbye us?
Yeah.
Yeah. You might see the lights turn out behind Rob. Of course, some of you may have thought the lights have been out for Rob for a while, so. I blew it. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Delivery is the key to...
Cadence. I lost the cadence on that one, I'll admit.
Yeah.
Rob, it's your turn.
It is my turn. I've been working on it for everybody. So
You brought a corkscrew tonight.
I picked a wine. I don't know what our retail price is on it. I could have picked a $50 bottle. I don't know. It hasn't been priced.
Maybach after that.
But I picked the Caprasia 100% Bobal grape. This is a grape that until we tried this a week or two ago, I'd never had Bobal before.
Bobal Fett?
Bobal.
Oh, so
This is Spanish red.
we should do blind estimates on what we think it is, and then check the price. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm just burping a jar of pickles over here. Burping my gherkin.
Burping my gherkin.
Burping the guy.
But aren't the gherkins the sweet ones?
The best.
No, bread and butter. Is a gherkin like a... They're both flavors. With
I'm
the
sorry,
gherkins,
but
right?
the best.
No,
the
bread and
best-
butters have like that specific kind of. They have that like honey sweet.
Like you're really hungry and mom's been making turkey for 5 hours and the only thing to eat is stale carrots and
The best thing.
bread and butter pickles.
Oh God.
The best. the best thing with the Netflix and dill was Josh and his girlfriend's mother are in the wine and beer room with me, and Josh talks about Netflix and dill, and the girlfriend's mother starts talking, and the girlfriend says, "Mom, do you even know what Netflix and chill means?" And she rolls her eyes. She's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Okay, how about tell me? Because I want to hear from your mouth what you think it is." And then she left, and then the girlfriend said something. I said, well, why don't you tell me about that? Because I want to hear about that from you.
I think I have a big lighter that says Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I have one too because that was like.
I thought maybe it was more of a Jeep thing, but it's cool. Bit got on that one.
That was definitely one of those moments where I was
It's not
standing
on
in
my
the corner of
zipper.
the room, just like imagining that if I stood still long enough that I would turn invisible.
You know, I thought it was cool. I didn't know Rob offered a chaperone service. I'll have to hit that
Yeah,
up more
it's
often.
a chauffeur.
Chauffeur, thank you.
Not chaperone.
Well, no, like clearly, I'm gonna garner the chaperone quality of this. Like
No,
somebody
no.
could say vastly different things happen on my date, and I'll be like, "Yo, he's sworn in." Like,
No. I don't. I don't.
It's not like
I didn't need a guardian. We needed
it's
a
not
driver.
like client privilege or anything. I'm not sworn to secrecy.
secrecy's not what I was looking for here.
I did have to tell him that I didn't have a divider, so whatever they did in the back seat was clearly visible in my rear view.
You know what?
Whatever they did
why
or
don't
did
y'all
not.
go on- okay, next time y'all go on a date, I'm just gonna take the Logitech cam and stick it in there.
Honestly, I'm just gonna have Rob start giving me the show times. You guys are pretty smart for figuring out to go to movies while I'm at work, because you know I got the nerve to show up.
I got a leg cramp. I'm gonna go see a movie real quick.
It is funny though when I think about whom I worked with, and you chose to go to a movie while I was at work.
God, okay. This black hole is only getting deeper. We got wine, guys.
Chaperone services.
Chauffeur services.
Oh, sorry, I keep getting the wrong one there.
Josh did offer to let me wear his hat, but I told him he needed to wash it first because
I mean, but I feel like Rob would be the first to tell us he was a gentleman, right?
me, of course, I'm always. If you don't believe me, just ask me.
I mean, I might have been the literally only person in the theater drinking a beer, but
God, if Dad dropped me off at the theater when I was 15 and I could have a beer and hang out with my date, man, that would have been
yeah, until they put the hot pink wristband on your arm that almost glows in the dark in the theater, so you have to like hide your hand.
Of course, at 15, my date had a couple beers in her purse.
When it comes to, I was always more of a fan of mini bottles if you're gonna sneak things in. So.
Of course, I don't know why I got a ride from Dad. She could drive anyways.
Jeez.
So Caprasia, 100% Bobal from Spain. What do you think of this, Nick?
We'll get into it. I was cleaning my palate.
It was I gotta say, like, when we tried this, because we only got to try just a very little bit of it, but I do remember liking it, but I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just know it's not really a grape you see a lot.
Spanish origin, Rob? What,
Yes.
do we hear anything about region on this? What's
Crianza?
Crianza. Oh, as I recall, Crianza was a very specific little region.
No, Crianza is a style, right?
That's right.
Caprasia is the region.
That's right.
That's right. That's good.
It's all coming back
No,
to
it
me
is
now.
coming back because I asked that question and the distributor was like, "Well, actually, very specifically said
It's state-dependent learning. I have to, like, retrace it. It's like trying to find blue posts
So-
in Wilmington.
So styles of wine in the Rioja can go from Crianza to Grand Reserve.
I mean, last time I was here, I was like 4 beers into it. I can't
Actually,
find it without being
there's
like,
a
all right, I gotta go
generic
somewhere else
in
for
the
4
middle.
beers.
Crianza is just before Reserva, which is topped off by Gran Reserva. Gran Reserva is aged 5 years.
All right, so this is a Crianza Amphora. I remember talking about that
So
too.
Reserva is aged 3 years. Crianza is aged 2 years. red, 1+ year in barrel.
So this is aged in concrete amphora.
Yes.
Crianza in white and rosé means 6 month in barrel, but aging 2 years. Because you said it's amphora Crianza.
So
Awesome.
It's
And there's
concrete
goats
amphora.
everywhere. I remember because it was like the land of the goat.
Yes. Caprasia.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's all coming back to us now.
Watch, I'll take a sip and I'll
It's
be
like-
hold on. The internet is
It's
not
like
telling me
Meatloaf.
the full story.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming back to me now,
That's Meatloaf.
isn't it?
There's.
It
that's
sounds like
one.
it would be
There's-
if it's
I
not.
go for more of the Sarah McLachlan.
I can see paradise
Or
by the
what's
dash.
who sang Titanic?
Terrible version of that.
What's Celine Dion? There we go.
Wait, my heart will go on. What?
And it's all coming back to me now.
That is Celine Dion too.
I'm sorry, I was never much into Celine Dion, but I was a big fan of Enya.
I don't. You know what? You're a foodie. She's not really into food. I could see how that.
Little Orinoco flow. Yeah.
The nose on this is just really fun. It's not over the top oak at all. And you mentioned Amphora Crianza here. It says barrel, but it did say 6 months oak barrel.
All right, that's all we could play without getting sued.
That's the one.
But that was Meatloaf
Yeah, it might be the same
because
song.
it is, and Celine Dion did it after him.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
That
Celine Dion,
explains so
Meatloaf
much.
duet.
You
No,
know that's
because Marion Raven sang the duet with Meatloaf.
that's a classic morning song for myself and Ashley.
And it
Right
wouldn't
around
surprise me, without doing the research, it really wouldn't surprise me if Meatloaf wrote the song. And,
He's a writer
and
for
Celine Dion
stuff like that. Yeah.
did it after the fact.
I do enjoy some Meatloaf. Both the musician
and on the
dish.
plate, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, did I see a cool recipe about meatloaf?
Eating meatloaf while listening to Meatloaf
No, I saw like
is a very existential way to enjoy a meal.
some smoked game meat meatloaf or something.
I've done smoked meatloaf.
And, oh, it was looking cool.
Ain't nothing like a smoked
It
loaf.
might have been organ meat.
Liver loaf.
Okay. Which might go well with this wine, actually.
Honestly, because there's some smoky to this that I really like. It's not like heavy smoke.
So tannins
There's
don't hit
just
me
a
up front on
heavy.
this wine.
It's a heavy wine.
It is
in
heavy.
one sense. I'll just throw that out.
But the
there.
tannins don't hit me
Yeah.
up front at all. Hell, they're not very
It's
pronounced
not-
at all.
It's not super tannic. I do remember this part about the wine. I think it's like they show up in the middle and then they just kind of they're like
fade away.
it's kind of like
A meatloaf
that
chorus.
you know.
Kind of like a Celine Dion song where it shows up in the middle and then just goes away.
It starts out real slow and then it like fades out real quiet, but there's like a really big part in the middle.
Yeah, where she.
That's the part from the movie.
But yeah, unlike Meatloaf,
Yeah, the tannic is
A
very
Meatloaf song,
centralized.
'cause he
I
just
don't get
hammers
very
the whole way through.
satanic.
Oh,
kind
and
of
he
thing.
does in some of his heavy rock songs. He gets where he's like at the end, "It's all coming back to me now."
But he wouldn't do that again.
Anything for love.
He wouldn't do that again.
But he would do anything for love,
Yeah, but not that.
but not that.
I had a 3-hour ride back from Fuquay, or no, 2-hour ride back from Fuquay Marina one time, and I only had a Meatloaf CD.
All
and
right.
I couldn't get out of the car.
Ernie
Yeah.
Ernie hits a home run again. And you know what? Now that you said it, I do remember this implicitly, Ernie. Jim Steinman wrote all the Meatloaf hits.
Oh, yep.
The big Ern.
Yep. Now,
Meatloaf
now
didn't
that
write
Ernie
it, he
says it,
just
I do
performed
remember
them.
that.
Hit Ernie with some applause.
Is that-
or
which
something.
one is that?
I think that's it. Okay.
Just hit all of them. once.
Ernie, we hope that was applause. It may have been. We may have given you the laugh track and the sad trombone with a rim shot. I don't know.
But one of them should be a clapping
Yeah,
sound.
one of them are appropriate for you, Ernie.
And that's what we meant
Yeah. The other ones, they're not appropriate for you, and you can ignore them.
Shotgun approach.
Which did you hear? Yeah, that one. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Other things about this wine. Just the deep color.
Yeah. That good point there. Because this is a.
And Josh got talking about.
There's no light coming through that wine.
Goats, and I'm just gonna throw this out there.
It would be good with goat.
Goat cheese.
Goat cheese, stuffed goat.
What do you call blue goat cheese? Goat Gonzola?
No, Gorgonzola is Italian blue style.
I would entertain a blue
It's
cheese
probably
with
some
this.
really obscure, very specific name. And there are people that are like cheese sommeliers, and I am definitely not one of them.
Chevrezoul.
Not to be confused with a schmelier,
Schmelier? A schmelier?
which is a cream cheese.
A schmelier. Are you a schmelier?
A schmelier.
No, there's only one in the world, and he's on that commercial.
God. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That just got Lisa's attention. Big old laughy face on that one.
I'm glad. I'm glad so.
I'm glad my humor
What,
hits somebody.
instead of like Sacre Bleu, it's like Chevre Bleu.
Chevrolet. I like it.
It's goat cheese. It's a bad joke, but it's close. It's closer to what we're looking for.
Okay.
It's probably just called blue cheese, and then like it with a little asterisk, goat's milk.
Shit.
Or blue chev.
Who's not on this game tonight, Ernie? I'm going with Nick.
Probably me.
So he's
Well,
he's educating us on the songs. He says Jim Steinman. Ernie's like, the jokes are just off.
It's true. It's Ern. You know what?
We got a
I'm having an
viewer
IPA
that
deficit.
we really like, and he's just our personal heckler.
Listen, I'm having a total IPA deficit. I drank a Maybach before the show. Then I went with a Mead. Then Josh whipped out.
Can we please not say I whip out anything?
Yeah. So
Josh
Ernie, I
whipped
think
out his dill.
we actually might have wasted all of our jokes in the Netflix and dill part of the show. So you might have to go rewatch
excuse me,
those.
honey. I'm a little pilled on the dill. I gotta drink. You know what? Ernie's right. I have not had enough IPA tonight, and this might be slanted.
You have a severe
I've
hop.
been getting too sweet on you.
You got a
guys,
severe
you know.
hop deficit, man.
I'm sorry, Ern. I apologize. And to any of the other viewers out there who look for my crassness to cheer them up on a Monday night. God damn it. God.
For Nick's crassness. I love it. So we were talking about food that we could have with this one, right?
Yeah.
That's where we got to the
yes.
Chev Bleu or Bleu.
Chevre Bleu.
Chevre Bleu.
I'm curious to know, can I drink this with
Yes.
rabbit meat?
Why would anyone bring rabbit meat up?
The answer is yes. You can drink it with anything,
Gamey.
whether it matches or not.
Yeah.
Is a different thing.
Because this taste reminds me of a movie I saw that was about when Pablo Picasso.
Cut his ear off?
No. Pablo
That-
Picasso
oh my- that-
invited Salvador Dali.
Because that wasn't Picasso.
No. Pablo Picasso invited Salvador Dali and Francisco Lorca to his mansion.
Neither one of them cut their ears off.
None of them were cutting any ears, if you follow what I'm saying, all right? But it turns out that the reason why he did it, because he knew Dali had a crush on Lorca, and Lorca was a playwright at this time with a wife. Yeah. In like pre-Civil War
Dali's
fascist
the one that
Spain.
couldn't see right, correct? He can only see in like triangles.
He had the twist.
No. He's the one that can only see in melted stuff. He was on a permanent trip.
Dolly
yeah, but
was
the
a-
trip, Dolly was the trip. We're all like, he existed before
Okay.
they were bending minds.
I'm
with
gonna have
stuff.
to team up with Nick on the art history portion of this. That would be surrealism, and Dolly was really big into that. Renee Magritte is my personal favorite for it. Magritte, this is not a pipe. No, it's not a pipe. It's a painting of a pipe.
And
But,
Picasso's
the
a big
surrealist
fan
approach to it.
because, he opened the market for surrealism because he was doing portraits where you were looking at like multiple perspectives at the same time. So why not involve those all into like a same plane? Why does it have to be a divided plane? Was basically.
And MC Escher was the one that was on the staircase that never ended.
So if you've read a Lorca play, it feels like an MC Escher painting.
So I just came up with a whole line of paintings.
But the
I'm gonna
movie's
do.
called what's the hunt?
It's called
Anybody?
Dot on White.
El Caza. It was called La
Dot on
Caza.
white. No, now
The
you
Hunt.
now that just sounds like Dada.
And they,
And then
they
you're-
went
you
shooting
number
wild
1
rabbits.
through 1,000.
It's really the.
Uh-huh.
And they're all originals.
Penultimate scene
And the
there.
dot's like in the top left corner. And the top
That's what
right.
this
Yeah, no,
wine
that
tastes
is like you're literally making Dada art now, which is like art that's not art. It's art because it's not art.
Can I still make like $50,000 per?
I think
canvas?
he's talking about Syrah.
No, that's a wine.
Pointillism or Dawdleism. Which one are we talking about?
No. Pointillism is like making a image out of like the points.
Yeah, like
right?
Syrah.
Yeah, no, but he's
No,
talking
that's
about
wine.
taking a piece of
You know,
white paper,
it's like,
putting
get to
a
the
dot
point.
over here.
And he's like, I made plenty of them. Don't you see?
Oh my god. Yeah, well, I mean, one of the most famous pieces of Dada art is where a guy took a sledgehammer to a toilet, and then now it's art.
Versus
And he
one of the
mounted
most
it.
famous points of pointillism is Saturday Afternoon in the Park.
It sounds like we just need to go to the Guggenheim.
Guggenheim will cover
Can-
this.
can I get
Both those
Syrah?
paintings are at the Chicago Museum of
You
Art.
could probably get a glass of wine at an art museum. I
As soon
feel
as
like
you
it's
leave the
kind
Van
of
Gogh
necessary.
room, that's the first thing you see.
He cut his ear off, and it's Van Gogh.
There we go.
It's Van Gogh.
And this whole time, you've been trying to get into the Dutch realism, and we're talking about surrealism.
Vincent van Gogh, and he's got eyeliner on.
Goff. No, not Goff. Goff.
It's Van Gogh, thank you, but
Van
go
Gogh.
ahead. Actually, and if you want to see Van Gogh's best room, it's in St. Louis.
Van Gogh.
I mean, there's a nice room in Chicago, but the best room is next to the Warhol room in St. Louis. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
And
raw.
it's in the largest city park. It's bigger than Central Park.
It's
Washington Park.
Warhol.
I can't help it every time I take a sip of this wine, though, because I'm back on Star Wars, and I'm just picturing Boba Fett
Tell me it's a desert
sitting
planet.
around drinking this
Bobal.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett wine.
What's the planet they're on with all the sand pit, the Garlox, the Sarlacc pit?
Sarlacc.
Sarlacc pit.
Not garlic.
Okay,
I
so now-
imagine though, Bubba Fett's got garlic.
the
breath.
garlic
Am I right?
pit.
Oh Lord, Nikki Kirkland is watching now, and she's going to like just tear you guys up and all your bad wine jokes.
Ah,
Go for it, Nikki.
whatever. The Garlock pits.
It's,
So Nikki, we're drinking Carpathia, Bobal, Crianza, and Fora. It's 100%.
This is why we need
Bobal.
guests.
oh.
So yeah, and if you were tuning in, Nikki, to see Menker, that's next week.
Yeah, and Charles Bronson.
We think it's next
after that.
We can't remember, but we think it's next week. I
don't-
can't remember.
When did we
I told you, Bobal. Oh, you.
When did we get
you probably
Nick
asked that
formerly
before I-
from unmentioned independent brewery distributor network?
What?
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
We'll still have him on the show.
Nikki, if you want to guest on the show, we will drink all of your beer and wine on the show. Just saying.
The offer's out there.
And we have a lot of it. But not tonight. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Is that hers?
Ooh.
Wait,
No.
is that Freedom Corps?
The God.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh.
That's Ocean South.
I'm pretty sure these guys dropped this off themselves.
Adams.
Oops, sorry, Nikki. You're not off.
Ararat.
What is?
No, not Bogle. Bobal. Bobal.
Boggle. Oh, she wanted to know if that
Bobal
was
Fett.
Boggle.
Boba Fett, yeah.
Boggle wine. Nobody likes Boggle wine.
Oh, God.
Nikki says she's down. Let's do it.
All right.
So Maker's next week. You
And
down for
she'll
the week
show up
after?
with Bogle.
It's official.
Beagle wine. I'm sorry.
Beagle one. No.
Block 9 cab. We got. It's on the shelf. I put it there myself.
Curiously enough, my Beagle does love red wine.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Roxy's actually a Cab Franc fan.
Ever since
she
you
will
started
settle for
passing
Merlot, but
out
she
with-
does prefer Cab Franc.
Red wine in your lap. She does like them.
Because God knows I've spilled enough booze on the floor, and there's only some that she will lick up.
You keep telling yourself you spilled, but is it possible your dog helps you spill
Yeah, she
just
helped
to
you
find
spill,
out
so
if she wants to clean it up?
If Roxy runs into me at like a moderate trot, she will knock me over enough to like spill.
Sounds like a
something.
play for a beer. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh, Dad, what's that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, Rob. That stuff's really good. I'm gonna let you do
Yeah.
that.
No. Cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, oh yeah. I'm
Thanks
good.
for
I'm
asking.
good, Rob.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Amphora aged, you say? Huh?
And for age.
I feel like the better the
Concrete
wine
amphora.
gets, the worse our jokes get. Well, hey, we got to make our estimate on what we think this costs.
So the thing is,
I'm running a little long in the tooth. Another Meatloaf joke.
Oh God.
If Branson does a guest host, he's either got to learn how to drink beer or we have to drink 3 bottles of wine.
He knows what to do.
I'm down for either of those.
Okay. All right. So why don't we go through our ratings? Excuse me.
Man,
Well,
That would bring up this guy first, Nick.
we could just call the show "Burp Fart Yawn."
6 months ago, I did request for people to send us care packages of Beano.
I want to throw this one a pretty high rating. I don't know if it was the perfect.
I'm right
beverage.
there with you, Ernie. I completely agree. The more you drink, the better the jokes are.
Yeah, I'm
That
glad
may
I'm
have been
finally
directed-
funny.
That may have been directed straight at me. I don't know. But I tend to think everybody's that way.
So what I like about this beverage is, number one, it starts off with the packaging. Sessionable meat.
Cool. We are
In a
talking
can.
about. I'm sorry. We are talking about the B-Nectar. Great. I'm holding it up on the camera. I was just making sure. I didn't know if you were going to go back to the wine.
This guy, Ernie, can you keep him off my back for a little bit? Listen, B-Nectar does a fabulous job. We've already bragged about them on the show. But most of their product that we get is in 500s, and that's intimidating. It's
Yep.
intimidating to the budget. It's intimidating to somebody who doesn't know, am I going to do this? Are these flavors that are going to agree with me? Everything about this product agreed with me. I was a little nervous about how's this mint going to be. My God, you know what? There maybe could be mint a few more things. You know, you feel that? That mintiness? It's like a cold breeze off Lake Michigan in the middle of winter. Kind of hits you a little bit icy.
You think it'd go good with your deep dish?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Anything will wash deep dish down, I'll tell you that.
All right.
What I do like about this is
Thanks, Ernie. You said I did that to myself. He's like,
It's
nope,
so
you
true.
did it to yourself.
it's so true.
Thanks, Ern. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program.
I'm going to throw it a 1.8.
Cool.
Great, but
Since
not
you're up
perfect.
next, I'm going to take the second one on this.
I mean, yeah. Do you? Go for it.
Now I feel guilty.
Oh,
Not
don't worry,
really.
Rob. Yeah, it's
Not really,
what?
but-
No?
No, you're fine.
Okay,
You're fine.
yeah,
You're
go
fine.
ahead.
You're fine.
Okay,
Go-
I mean,
go for it.
I
Go.
I
Are
don't
you
feel
sure?
guilty,
Go,
but
go.
Are you sure?
You are fine.
Final
You
answer?
are fine.
Josh,
Final answer? Turn it upside down.
okay.
yeah.
Ashley's not watching to laugh. So no. All right,
It's
so
a butt, right?
we're talking about B-Nectar Blackberry Mint Mead. So B-Nectar Blackberry Mint Mead. Yeah, let me tell you guys, I'm right there with Nick. This is a really good selection from them. It's a session mead, 4% ABV, 12 ounce, makes it more in that approachable price point. It is $4.25, so think about it. If it were in the the 500 mil, it'd probably be closer to, $12, $13. Which made, because I'm going to drink 2 or 3 of these, that'd probably be okay for me, but I really dig this. This is the mint is there on the nose, very, very pronounced. It's very soothing. It's soothing drinking this, actually. The raspberry shows up right on the end, but at the same time, that mint's still there, and I would love to see them do something else with mint later in the year as we get close to the holiday season. I think B-Nectar is hitting on something really good right now. I'm going to, I always rate B-Nectar so high. I'm probably going to have to rate them a little bit lower just so when there's really something knock it out of the park, we know that it's knock it out of the park. So I'm going to give this one a 2.
Mine 2? Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm going to fall in line with you.
Owen Wilson says, wow.
That needs to be a sound effect for the just wow.
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 No, Ernie, we haven't tried anything from Fun Guys Brewery in Raleigh. However, we would like to. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge.
Better, they
give
have
it-
mushrooms.
Hey, Rob, would you give Ernie a nod for the next employee lunch?
Yeah. Whenever we figure out when it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll get you a lunch ticket.
Yeah, so
Josh.
I'm gonna echo you on this one and go straight up 2 thumbs. I can't find anything to dislike about this. I mean, the price point is 4.2. It's 4.25.
Yep.
It's mead. There's not cheap mead. There's just not.
Price of honey alone. I mean,
Yeah,
hell.
but I mean, a 12-ounce can of mead. It is only 4%. The flavor profile, the way it goes down, the quality of the beverage, all of it, the packaging. It's B-Nectar. It's awesome. I think the best thing they did were these 12-ounce cans.
I agree 100.
Just to kind of, it's smaller portion size, but it's more affordable. It's easier to drop $4.25 on a can than it is to spend $7 on a 500 mil.
Especially if you're going to get a 6-pack of something.
Exactly.
Mix and match.
And honestly, with this can, I did not mind the fact that I was splitting it with a few people and got to just take a session sip.
Yeah.
But if I had a 6-pack of this and I was just crushing them like outside,
Gone.
oh, I could. This could be.
Bocce.
I don't think I've ever had a fishing mead, but
Bean
I
beds,
could
fishing.
take this with me fishing.
It wasn't not me.
No, it's me. I'm not gonna check it.
Tell the girlfriend we said hello.
I don't know if that was her.
Now you're going to check it.
Oh no, it's not. Oh no.
Oh, tell the nice lady that's trying to sell you an extended warranty that you're fine.
Yes, Ernie.
Oh, he's sending you a private text.
A whiskey guy.
He just snapped it. You remember that we were keeping the fourth wall like up? I feel like the proscenium just got breached. We'll get you on the show, okay, Ernie? I'm sorry you don't have my number. You'd be harassing me too.
Nah.
You might actually. I might have Ernest's number, and I'm next.
All right.
Ernie and I are metalhead like brothers.
Yeah.
But
You guys are straight up mosh.
Yeah, Jessica. That's right, Jessica. Those relentless warranty people.
I'll see you guys at the bar.
All right, so you gave two thumbs to the B-Nectar?
mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Nice. That's an average of like
195.
195,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, I could break down into smaller numbers, I think, but it's not worth it.
Who needs to piddle
Do we
around
need
on
a calculator on this show?
No.
Cool. I did get a look though. Man, the whole thing with Crianza, it's very popular. It's touted for its affordability,
Toted?
matching quality,
Touted.
and being
But I like
a
toted.
daily drinker.
I like carried. Toted.
Well, if I say touted like you say toted, it's going to sound like toked. Toted. Do you understand its accent?
Tout. Tote.
Hey,
Does it help if I do it like this?
What?
Touted.
Wait, who are we going? Who are we going for here?
We're going for Netflix and Dill, Josh.
Netflix and Dill.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
more beer.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a rating right off the top? You know, just let us know what you thought of your dill.
There's so many jokes I can work in.
I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but
It's no big deal.
That's what she said. It was due. It was due. I held it back as long as I could.
You're working the gherkin end, huh?
I held back as long as I could. I had to get it in there once.
I'm just picturing myself watching
I just figured out why April thought our jokes sucked.
watching The Office, watching The Office and just eating like pickles.
Okay, so Jessica Walbrown, excuse me, wants to know. She was wanting to know what this tasted like. So go ahead and tell Matt's wife what this tastes like.
This legit tastes like pickle juice. This is, if you like pickles, it's awesome. This is ridiculously good. If you like pickles, you will like this.
Although I don't think the doctors will recommend over ice cream if you're pregnant.
Yeah, I would advise not doing that one. But
Especially at 7% ABV.
I kind of want to make beer cheese out of it too.
Beer and ice cream is time-honored tradition. Don't listen to these guys.
I absolutely adore this beer. I'm giving it a 2 thumbs up because
he just
Beer cheese.
I'm giving this a 2 thumbs up because
that's not the part I caught.
I watched a lot of Portlandia back in the day, and they had a little skit.
Put a bird on
skit
it.
about that. We can pickle that, and they were like pickling literally everything.
Put a bird on that.
I'm 100%. Yeah, I'm 100% like down for pickling almost anything.
Yeah.
I just grew up eating pickles, so this is 100% my thing. I've done pickle packs after my Jameson shots. I don't normally use chasers, but I will settle for a chaser of pickle juice. So 100% love this. New Sarum knocked this out of the park. It's exactly what it says it is, and it's 7%, and it's good, and it's super burpy, which I find enjoyable.
Nick?
I did eat some pickled dill asparagus lately, and it's not the same as pickled pickles. And everybody knows when I say pickles, I'm talking cucumber. This thing tastes like the saltiest, briniest, dilliest cucumber pickle you've ever had. Like this, it is it, and it's a beer at the same time. And the beer itself is not bad. And then Rob's over here talking about it's a gozo, which is a salty sour, which basically is like salty vinegar. Yeah. So they did that with a beer,
Yeah.
and I can have it.
Yeah.
And it's packaged up, and it's labeled like. Guys,
I think it's awesome.
you know what I want to have this with?
Anything.
Spicy stuff.
Okay.
Because I feel like this will turn down the heat when you need to.
Ooh, hot wings.
Yeah, you just eat something madly, insanely spicy, and then you just dig into this, and it's like throwing the potassium sorbet on whatever, potassium sherbet on
Metabisulfate?
metabisulfate on my hot fermenting mouth. Yes, you hear it first. Nick's hot fermenting mouth gives this
That is it
a
made
1-4.
No.
That actually gave me a sense of existential dread when you said
You gave it what rating? What rating did you give it?
1-4.
1-4. That's pretty low for you.
It's a 1-4. This guy's for it. I'm not against it.
Take fried mushrooms with some ranch seasoning, put it in the batter.
It's the appetizer
fry the
beer.
mushrooms up,
We just screw up appetizers
and then eat
drink
those
this.
while you're drinking this beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Make a beer batter out of this for the mushrooms.
Yes. With habaneros inside the mushrooms.
So I was trying to come up with a negative for this beer. It's a deli pickle thrown in a food processor and blended down to a very thin liquid, and then beer is shaken up with it and
chop. Is it the chop?
And I'm telling you, this is good.
It's like a shake weight.
Yeah, it is good. 7% ABV, 425 a 16 ounce. You know, If I was trying to come up with a bad thing, 425, 6, I can't even complain about that. It's a 16-ounce can of 7.0 ABV Goza for 425. Ain't nothing wrong there.
That label's really bright.
Label catches your eye. You're looking at a pickle. You're looking at a pickle in a can.
And who doesn't want to stare a pickle in the eyes?
Pickle in can.
I think the only thing I would have done is have 2 pickles sitting on a couch.
Yeah. You know, they're not Sycamore though. New Sarum has a little bit of dignity. They are not pushing the limits.
I think pickle goes great with some nachos or.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, this is a really good beer. I'm glad we got 2 cases of it, which definitely goes against.
Chicago, we put the pickle straight on the bun.
Getting 2 cases of a beer definitely goes against our practice in the shop. I mean, it's against the rules, but Josh was so excited when I told him about it. He's like, 2! You've got to get 2!
And you're not regretting that decision?
I'm not regretting it. Because
I wish we had gotten like 6 cases
I
of
knew
the green
something
one.
looked
Because
weird.
we've almost sold a case just off the shelf. It's not in the cooler yet, and it's still selling. I'm going to go 1.8.
Wow.
I thought Nick was a little low on his rating, but
Low?
it's his rating.
I said I'm all for it. 1-4.
Yeah.
1 for it.
So our wine tonight: Caprasia, Bobal, Crianza, and Fora. First time I ever had Bobal was last week when we tried this with the rep.
So it's different than Tempranillo.
Yes, it's
I'm just gonna. So the whole rating system I read about was based on like basically an assumption that in Rioja you're growing Tempranillo, and so there's no adjustment for varietal within that rating system I was reading.
but we're not in.
We're not in Rioja anymore, Dorothy.
That's just throwing it out there.
All right, so it's in clay amphora, as the wine rep described it. They were like, what, 6-10 feet tall amphora that they age them in. To me, this is an interesting wine. The nose is very straightforward. It's blackberry, but it's hot. I can smell the alcohol in it. It is a 14.5% ABV. It is young. In fact, I think this might actually be a non-vintage. But the wine comes across as young. No, it's 2016, excuse me. So it's not that young, actually. It's 5 years old.
It doesn't drink like
But I guess as Crianza, it has to age, what, 2.5 years, you said, total?
1 year total in barrel, 2 years total
So 3.
aging. So there can be a Crianza is actually just a.
So the first time we would have been able to
The
get this.
stipulation is at least 1 year in barrel plus in bottle for red. Well, Reserva gets to the 3-year aging mark. And Grand Reserve is 3 years.
But we're talking about Crianza.
Crianza is 1 year barrel or cask in this sense because we're talking about earthen vessel aging 1 year, but then additional aging in bottle or in some form.
Okay, so
That's basically spending at least a year in the
at
amphora.
the earliest,
I'm gonna bet it's well over a year.
the earliest this would have come to market would have been 2019. So I mean, yeah, we're looking at 3 years on market now, and to me it tastes young. But I'm going to say this: it opens up quickly. The tannins. If you are somebody who does not drink red wine because you don't like the big tannins, you're probably going to like this wine.
Oh yeah, no, this is a solid one.
Because the tannins, it's just now starting to give me a little bit of dryness, and I'm almost finished with my second glass. So very fruity, on the palate. Nice round fruits. Very dark wine. Nick mentioned earlier, Heck, I still can't see light through it. Nice little wine. And you guys wanted to play the price game. What do you think the price on this is?
Well, you have to go first because you're rating it.
$17.
I know what the price is, so I don't have to.
I'm
How
gonna
do you know
guess.
what the price is? Did
I'm
you look it up?
Nick guesses 17. What do
Guessing 17.
I was gonna guess probably like 18, 19.
you? Okay, 16.
Wow.
So $16 bottle of a red wine, not high tannins. If you've never had Bobal before, which I'm guessing the majority of the people around here haven't, for $16, give it a shot.
It's really not a bad price for it.
175 is my rating.
I left out one part of that description on that internet chart I found about basically the pyramid of aging of Spanish wines and where Crianza fits. And they basically said, beginning at $15, it's the best quality of a daily drinker.
Yeah.
And here we are at 16.
There you go.
So falling in suit, absolutely. And so maybe there's a reason why they just describe as Crianza. Like, what am I looking at? There's Crianza.
Yeah.
When it comes to the drinkability on this wine, that's really what I prize the most. And for a lot of our viewers and listeners, you know, I'm a sensitive palate.
He's sensitive.
It's all right to be a sensitive individual.
Sensitive.
I have a sensitive palate, and I also deal with allergies, things like oak trees and things. Guys, some of the best cabs we love, I can't even drink a
He's
whole
got
glass.
a big heart.
But this one, guys, I'm not getting that tree burn. I'm
No.
not getting that. Oh, something's not quite right. The drinkability for this is absolutely on point. Also, I could push this on Riverfish.
He's a sensitive single.
Yeah.
Keep going, Nick.
You said sinkhole.
No, I said single.
I said sinkhole.
He's not the one that put Morrissey on the radio all morning.
No wonder he's whispering in the mic. You did it to him. Honestly, I'm feeling like a 1.6 on this. This is a very nice feel. People who watch the show know I love like a very bright Grenache from Spain. This is a whole different side of Spanish wine. This is this aged out, muted quality. Tannic, yes. Big fruit. Big fruit's not really out in front on this one. This is something more reserved. Well, quite literally, it's Crianza. It's on its way to reserved quality.
When I said it had a lot of fruit, to me, I was thinking more ripened fruit, more older.
Plummy dark fruit,
Your
purple
blackberries
fruit.
are very ripe, very just.
I think there's Merlot drinkers who would just really get into this.
That's
figgy,
probably
figgy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna American palate this.
Yeah.
And just say if you like a Cali Merlot, if you like a Washington State
I can get
Merlot,
behind that.
come check out this Crianza. The thing about this is just it's fun. The label, it takes itself seriously, but at the same time, Caprasia is just this whole play on words. Like everything about it. It's foreign words, it's foreign wine, it's foreign objects on the labels. It looks almost like I don't know, like the Mayan disc calendar is like what the thing looks like.
Yeah.
It's got this annular shape. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I really want to put it on the table. I want to try it with different foods. I do really kind of. Josh was talking mushrooms earlier, even like mushroom appetizer type stuff. And I'd like to see some work with mushroom appetizer paired with this. Did I say 1.6? I'll say
Yeah, you
1.6
said
and stick with that.
All right, Josh.
Cool. I'm actually, I'll probably echo your rating on this one, 1.6. It's a solid, easy drinking red wine. It reminds me a lot of some of the stuff when I was in Italy. And we'd have like dinners and stuff, and there'd just be like nondescript, not like bad wine, but just nondescript.
Table one.
Yeah, table wine. And but table wine has such a bad reputation, but it's over here it does.
Yeah.
Over there it doesn't. It reminds me of that, where like the tannins aren't exactly heavily pronounced. It's just meant for drinking while eating. I think it could pair with a lot of food because of the lower tannin content. I think it just kind of it could blanket over a lot of stuff. You could specialize and really find things it would like be excellent with.
Yeah.
But I think it would be great with a lot of things, you know, and good with even more.
That actually that gets to the heart of the misunderstanding of the statement of what table wine is. And I'll get back to your rating. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
In America, we say, "Oh, hide that with the food," and what they're saying is, "Oh, you could serve that with the food." Like, you know, that would go
It'll
good
go with
with
it. Yeah,
what we're
that's
serving.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm saying.
Well, it's one of those things like, you know, you go overseas where they've been drinking wine for a lot longer than we have because they've also been around for a lot longer than the United
And
States.
so have
has
the
been.
table recipes, the food on the
white,
table,
table
yeah.
red, and then if
You-
you really want to get into specialized stuff,
And
that's when you
you
pull out
specifically make those wines so they almost pair with everything, just so like you have like the nice bottles you whip out for like the specific dishes, and then you just have that almost like a palate cleanser.
That's right.
Just like as a constant, because like the table wine's the source of just like pleasure and the buzz, you know.
And the meals tend to be a little bit longer.
I mean, yeah, a dinner over. They don't really do lunch like we do over here. I mean, they'll do like a quick lunch, if you even have it like a snack or something. In Italy, especially, but dinner is like all out.
Yeah.
You have a decent breakfast, a lunch, and then like dinner is like a thing.
I feel like that's why tapas is a thing because dinner's like this
See, it's not
early
like, it's
thing.
not like America. You go out, you got 45 minutes, you sit down, you shovel it all in, and you have a to-go box if you can't eat it all and leave. That's
Yeah.
not.
And
it's
you're
not
mad
like
about hot dogs.
Yeah, Jessica, you're right. They eat dinner at like 9 p.m. I mean, dinner is like the end of the day thing, and you sit down. It's going to take a couple hours, and you're going to unwind from the day, relax, and then when it's over, you're ready to clean up and then go to bed.
Season always plays into what we're talking about, but absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, when that working day is over, it's finally time to eat.
Yeah. And it really boils down to cultural differences and stuff. But when you experience stuff like that, I love that. So I'm gonna say 1.6 for this because this reminds me. I've never been to Spain, but I feel like if I was like on a rustic hillside,
Isn't that a song?
Been to Spain. Just
it's a
had it in.
musical episode tonight.
No,
Basically,
he's never been to Oklahoma either.
I just it reminds
should,
me
though.
of like if you were just at like a rural estate or something in Spain, and you were sitting down for a decent dinner with your family, maybe some friends.
Which is a lot like Oklahoma.
I feel
165, right, Josh?
it's not like Oklahoma; they have elevation.
Some places.
165, right, Josh?
1.6 for me.
All right, so with that, I think that's going to end the show tonight, thankfully.
When does it stop?
Kind of hit a brick wall.
We got started early.
We never end. We just stop sometimes.
So I think Josh has something to say for us.
Yeah.
Okay. right,
About the
so-
bifocals.
Yeah, if you are watching us on YouTube and not on Facebook Live, and you haven't been just chiming in the whole time, please
You
do
still
remember,
can.
if you would like to donate pastrami or corned beef to us for like an episode here, and
No
also-
joke. Someone gave him a rabbit, like a clean.
No. Been done. We need pastrami and corned beef. now.
We're really looking for pastrami and corned beef.
no, rabbit.
Rabbit's taken care of.
Yeah, we need corned beef and pastrami, and if you can
I'm
just
waiting to see what he cooks with it.
if you could just be kind enough to bring us the pastrami and corned beef, we will find the 2.5 foot long tongs so that we don't have to move and just shovel it into our faces while we eat one time on here. And I feel like that would be enjoyable for all of us.
I'm hoping that the rabbit's next Monday night show while Menker's here. So,
Okay.
So that reminds me, next week, if you haven't gathered, Chris Menker will be back next week. We are going to be having at least 3 of the meads from his company, all really nice, and we're probably going to get Toasty off them because they're not session. Anyway,
Also, remember to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you don't tell us how you're feeling, we don't know how you're feeling. We're not psychic. I guess sometimes we wish we were, but I know how you're feeling.
So far tonight, I only know how Jessica, Lisa, Ernie, and
I don't even know how Bob's doing.
no, he didn't check in tonight.
Good Lord.
Nikki. Oh yeah, Nikki.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Nikki.
I know how they're feeling.
We'll see you
I mean,
soon,
at
Nikki.
this point, even if you want to troll Rob a little bit, it's been a while. Definitely feel free to do that.
Yeah. He doesn't have enough trolls, please. And he lives
I
on a
like
bridge.
the little hairy ones that you like do this and the hair goes all over.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, troll dolls. Man, we need to bring troll dolls back. Actually, you know what? Send us a troll doll too.
Yeah.
In addition to the corned beef.
Yeah,
and
just
pastrami.
don't forget the corned
Does
beef
anybody
pastrami.
have a troll doll that looks like Rob? We want that one.
No. Troll dolls have hair.
Most of mine in the 90s turned into looking like you.
I had a whole joke, and I'm not going to say it. But regardless,
That's
we
what
all
she
I
said.
think Rob got the
That's what she said.
we want to know what you're drinking now, because it's obvious what we're drinking now, or what we have drank.
Raspberry
I think
white
he just
ale.
hit out. Did you?
All right, guys. That does it for us tonight. We will see you next week. And
We won't
Jessica's,
see you because we never actually see you, but we'll be here.
Jessica's drinking coffee now. So the rest of you have to catch up.
She's got, wait, Jess has got the Hot Shots Part 2.
I would
Part 2
expect nothing
Afterburner.
less.
And so we will see you next week, guys. Have a good one. Out.
The Afterburner.